Senator Paul, in your view, is the enforcement of the war on drugs racist?
Well, I think it has a racial outcome, I think is a better way to put it. I think it's inadvertent, so I don't think everybody's plotting to make it that way. But you can't escape the facts that, 3 out of 4 people in prison are black or brown for drug problems. And frankly, I think it has to do with several things. It's easier to arrest people who live in poverty. It's easier to arrest people who live close together. It's easier to arrest people where there are more patrols going on. Mm-hmm. And then we also give government grants to the police force based on arrest and conviction records.
So you think it's accidentally racist? And yet, Senator Booker, how we define the problem affects the approach we take. Is it a segregation problem that's race-based, or is it accidental? Do you think it's accidentally racist or explicitly so?
I think you're complicating this far more than it needs to be. Rand said it very simply. This has a profound racially disparate impact, and we need to solve it using means by which we just take a dumb, broken system, frankly, and make it work for every American. It does not benefit Americans to spend $250 billion locking up nonviolent drug offenders and others in the way that we do. So this system is broken. You don't need to be black or white. You don't need to call it racially intent, racial impact. You just got to do something about it.
Paul, I want to ask you, as we're talking about restoring civil rights here, of course, you stirred up a lot of controversy with the 2010 comments.
Me?
And
controversy?
Part of what you said at the time, Senator, was that you had concerns about the rules for private business while you support most of the Civil Rights Act. Why did you evolve on rules for private business?
What I would say is that, to be fair to myself, because I like to be fair to myself, is that I've always been in favor of the Civil Rights Act. So people need to get over themselves writing all this stuff that I've changed my mind on the Civil Rights Act. Have I ever had a philosophical discussion about all aspects of it? Yeah, and I learned my lesson. To come on MSNBC and have a philosophical discussion, the liberals will come out of the woodwork and they will go crazy and say you're against the Civil Rights Act and you're some terrible racist. And I take great objection to that, because in Congress, I think there is nobody else trying harder to get people back their voting rights, to get people back and make the criminal justice system fair. So I take great offense to people who want to portray me as something that I'm not.
But when you said, well, here, the rules for private businesses are concerning, why not explain that you've evolved on that?
Well, because I never was opposed to the Civil Rights Act, and I've been attacked by half a dozen people on your network trying to say that I'm opposed to the Civil Rights Act, and somehow now I've changed. So I'm not really willing to engage with people who are misrepresenting, my viewpoint on this.